She likes chocolate covered strawberries and wine. She likes no sense.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliana. I make all kinds of different content, but today we're talking about dates. I don't know if I've said this before, but my boyfriend and I have been dating for 5 whole years. Our anniversary was on July 8th, and of course that means over 5 years we've gone on tons of different dates. So for this video, I want to share with you over 20 date ideas that I would give to you guys. Some things I've done, some things I haven't done, some things are very inexpensive or free, some are a little bit pricier. I didn't really put anything in like the way upper range category on this list, but I wanted to leave lots of other ideas to do in other videos as well. I've been kind of interested in getting a series like this going on my channel, talking about, you know, intimacy and romance and dating young. My boyfriend and I have been dating since we were 14 years old, so I mean, there's definitely been a lot of growth, and it's just a series I would love to take up on this channel, but I literally tell you guys in every single video that this is going to become a series, whatever that video is, and then it rarely does. So if you guys are interested in this becoming a series, definitely let me know down below. Otherwise, I'll give this one a break. So I said this in my last video too, but I've just recently started planning my videos out just so I make sure to touch on a bunch of, you know, topics and different key points I want to mention in the video. But anyway guys, I want to get right into this video. I'm actually leaving for a trip tomorrow, so I need to get this filmed and edited. So let's just hop right into the video. So first, let's talk about some free date ideas. So what I love about free dates is they take absolutely no planning. These are usually the dates that you can do super spontaneously, and that is something I love in dates. So the first one is the most basic date ever, but you have to be the ones to judge it up. You guys are the ones who know what you're gonna enjoy. So number one is to go for a walk. My boyfriend and I love going for walks. Our favorite walk location is down on the waterfront where we live. There's just this beautiful waterfront. It has like food stands and vendors and shops. I mean, we never do any of those things. We just like going down there and walking. We can spend like a good hour or more down there. So find somewhere scenic and fun that you guys can take a walk. The next one is go to the lake. It really depends on where you live, whether that's feasible and your climate, of course. But that's one of my boyfriend and my favorite like summer date ideas is to go to the lake. This is in my free category, but you could definitely make it into like an inexpensive date too if you wanted to go to like the dollar store and grab some floaties. I mean, I know I sound like a child when I say that, but I just love doing things like that, especially in summer. And the next one kind of ties into that, and that is going to the beach. The beach, I mean, when I say free, I'm not thinking about gas. I'm assuming you already have that in your car, but sometimes the beach can be a little bit more expensive if you're going really far out of town. Of course, this one also depends on where you live, but I love going to the beach in summer. I also think it's a really good option to like bring some friends along. I mean, you're not really gonna call it a date if it's like you and a group of 5 people, but I don't know, like I'm just kind of giving you summer activity ideas too, I guess. So next one is to go for a hike, and I will say that in our entire 5 years of dating, my boyfriend and I have still not gone for a hike. I haven't really gone for very many hikes in my life, I will say, but I love like a walk and then the scenic lookout and then stopping for like food at the top or something. I don't know, I would love to go for a hike. I've been trying all summer to find time for us to go for a hike. It just hasn't fit in yet, but I am determined to make it happen. Next one is workout. This one of course depends on what kind of couple you guys are. My boyfriend and I are both very into fitness, so working out has been a good option for us. It doesn't always feel like a date depending on what you do. I will say when we work out kind of like independently, and we like cross paths and high five and, you know, stuff more like that. But you could definitely make it a date by doing the same muscle group and doing the same exercises and, I don't know, spotting each other. There's definitely potential in the gym to make it a date. Next one is to watch the sunset. I love watching sunset. It really depends on the season and what the sky looks like, but recently we've been having these beautiful pink and purple, orange and red sunsets here in Nova Scotia, so I totally recommend watching the sunset as a date as well. The next one I wasn't so sure about. Again, I have not done this one, but my sister said she thought it was a cute idea. She said volunteering would be a nice idea. She specifically said volunteering like an old folks home. I don't know how I feel about that, because it feels like you're kind of like using them for a date, but also if you're actually doing volunteer work and sitting down with them, or volunteer work in another way like at a food bank or something, I think it could be a really cute date. I also think this is a good first date idea, not necessarily at an old folks home, but at a food bank or something, because that way you can kind of like chat and get to know someone, but you also have something you have to keep your hands on and be on top of doing. So I don't know, that's just my opinion. Hopefully I will not have another first date in my life, but I still think that would be a cute idea. All right, next one in the free category, but not necessarily free, I'm gonna use it as like a way to intro into the next category, is a double date. You could do any of these things I've already mentioned as a double date, but I don't know, there's something like having another couple with you that really changes the dynamic. For example, my boyfriend and I have very rarely gone on double dates, but recently we've been hanging out with this really brand new couple. And there's just something about being around them that reminds me of the start of our relationship. And I mean, I love where our relationship is, I really do, but being around a young couple, there's like that little like butterfly feeling, you know? I don't know, there's something about it, so I recommend double dating. So moving into the next category, and this is the category that I have the most date ideas in, and this is in the inexpensive category. So I mean, the onus is on you guys to keep your date inexpensive, but these are things I think you can facilitate at a very low price. So the first one is to get ice cream. I love ice cream. I'm dairy intolerant. I still love ice cream. My boyfriend loves ice cream. Ice cream is definitely a go-to for us. Sometimes it's like, you know, like the gourmet ice cream vibe. Sometimes it's like the side of the road stand vibe. Other times it's a McDonald's $1 cone. There are so many options for an ice cream date. The next one is have a bonfire. I already mentioned this one earlier in the video, but I just think bonfires have romantic potential. And then the best part of a bonfire is you kind of have to work to get the fire going. So it gives you like an activity to do before you like sit around romantically. Next one is a picnic. I haven't done a picnic in forever, but I've really been wanting to recently. My ideal picnic right now is kind of a more expensive one where I go out and buy like fancy cheese and fancy meat, maybe like a little charcuterie board to bring with us, but you can definitely do it really, really inexpensively. Like, I mean, a picnic can be a sub, a picnic can be chips, a picnic can be some hummus and crackers or guac and whatever. Picnic is definitely great. The location is the important part. It's like, do it looking over the water or looking over your city or something, but I think a picnic would be a great idea. Next one is a dinner date, and obviously this one can range from really inexpensive to really expensive, but I will say that I've been dating my boyfriend for 5 years. How many times am I gonna say that? We've been dating for 5 years. We've gone on one fancy dinner date, and that was for our 5th anniversary, so only like a month back. It's not that we like avoided it or couldn't afford it, it's just that we have so much fun on our inexpensive dinner dates that we never really felt the need to do something super expensive. My absolute recommendation to you guys is to find a happy hours sushi place and get cheap sushi, get it takeout, take it somewhere, watch the sunset, plan a whole day out of it, or I mean, you can dine in if you want. Like, there's a certain feeling to dining in. You do not know who a person is until you've dined in at a restaurant with them. But anyway, a dinner date, a very standard date idea. The next idea is to go to the movies or to go to the drive-in. Personally, this is not a favorite date of mine. I just like to be able to talk throughout a date and like voice my opinions and talk about life. I think my favorite part of a date is being like in an intimate environment where guys can talk. So movies aren't ideal, but for a lot of people, the movies is great. Just absolutely not for a first date. The next one is mini golf, and mini golf holds a special place in my heart because that is where my boyfriend finally asked me to be his girlfriend. So cute. We were so young. It was a different time. That's a story for another day. But mini golf is good because there's that rivalry, there's that competition, and then afterward, you could like play games in the arcade. Mini golf is a solid date idea. The next one is like a full day date idea, and that is to go camping. I don't know what camping's like in every city, but camping in Halifax is very, very inexpensive. It's like $25 a day. So what racks up in price is just like grabbing food. If you don't have camping essentials like a tent and stuff, that is pretty expensive. But yeah, camping is a really fun date, and again, it's something you can work at together. Like, you have to make dinner together, start a campfire together, put up a tent together. It's all those like little activities that if you haven't done before can really act as something to bond over. I'm gonna lump the next two together, and those are cooking and baking. We don't do a lot of this. I mean, I'm more the one who likes to cook and bake. My boyfriend more so likes to eat when I cook and bake. That doesn't bother me at all. But cooking and baking can be fun. Again, they can be good for bonding. And I just kind of like thought of this now. I think it'd be fun to both kind of prepare separate things to bake and have it be like a mini competition. Also, you can just make like standard cookies and have like an icing competition or cupcakes or whatever. There's a lot of options around cooking and baking. The next one is one I still have not successfully gotten my boyfriend to agree to, and that is going to a yoga class. I love yoga. I love difficult yoga. I love easy yoga. I like to de-stress that way, but my boyfriend is not into it. It definitely depends on the guy, but I think if you're a couple who's been together for a while, yoga could be a really good option. Okay, some people are gonna think the next one's kind of lame, but day drinking. Hear me out though, you have to make it fun. You have to make fun frozen drinks and layered drinks and kind of like a bartending day. I don't know, I'm really into bartending and stuff, so that's what appeals to me. My boyfriend and I do like daiquiris and pina coladas and margaritas and tons of other really fun drinks, and it's just like a day drinking day. You don't have to get drunk. It's like making the drinks and sitting on the deck in the sun that really adds to the fun, but day drinking, I think that's a pretty good date idea. Alrighty, we're down to the last one in our inexpensive category, and that is to try to paint each other. I'm pretty sure you could get all the materials for this from the dollar store. I have no idea how this idea came to me. I have never done this, but I'm going to try to get my boyfriend to do this with me now, maybe even for a YouTube video. I just think that since I'm horrible at art, he's horrible at art, trying to paint each other could be really funny. That being said, if you and your significant other are really good at art, it could also be really good and potentially like a good gift. But anyway, paint each other, that could be a really fun date. Alrighty, last category, and I actually call this just the pricier things. None of the things on my list are very expensive, so these are definitely still affordable even if you're pretty young. And the first one on my list is something we already talked about. It's a dinner date. I mean, you can just go to an upscale restaurant, have a dinner date, just like we discussed before. I loved dressing up for our anniversary. I thought that was so much fun to like get really done up. He looked cute, I looked cute. That's something you can definitely like work in if you want to fancy your date. So I definitely would recommend that. The next thing is to do something adventurous. I didn't want to make this into a huge long list where I list canoeing, kayaking, skydiving, blah, 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 blah. But I do think that those things are a little bit more pricey, and if you're into like the adventure lifestyle, they could definitely be fun. Also, there's like surfing and boogie boarding. All those things have like a pretty annoying rental price, but also they could be a lot of fun. And the very last one on my list today is a mini road trip. I mean like a day trip. It depends on where you live, but here in Halifax, you can always drive out to the valley or drive up to Cape Breton or something, and then just get out and enjoy the views, grab dinner, watch the sunset, kind of like lump in a few of the ideas from the earlier part of the list into the road trip, and it can be a lot of fun. Also, like my boyfriend and I, we have this playlist that we made together and we always listen to it in the car, so whenever we're driving somewhere, it's just kind of got like those romantic vibes. So definitely, I recommend making a playlist that you guys both love all the songs on, because it will definitely bring you together when every single song you guys are both singing along to. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it helped you guys out. When I came up with this idea, I was actually pretty excited because I definitely looked for lists like this back in the day when I was trying to plan out dates. Trust me, it becomes more natural with time. But anyway, you guys, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, comment down below. I really need more ideas for videos, so do not hesitate. Anything you could possibly want to see, just comment it down below. Alrighty, you guys, have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time at 3 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Bye!
We don't need a rush and we don't need to make no plan.